Hi, this is Ram Kumar, and this is Essential Bollywood Vocabulary Session 7. Here we are going to look at a few more Urdu words. That is the gift that keeps giving. Right, so we start with some of the common words. One is the word bhatkana. Bhatkana is to seduce, entrap someone from the right way. So to seduce is something called bhatkana. In Hindi, the correct word is galat rasta dikhana or galat raste pe le jana, or to take a traveler down the wrong road. That's what a Hindi person would say. There is no equivalent of the word bhatkana. Then we come to the word ittila. So that's ittila means to give advance information or to inform generally. So pehle batana is or batana in Hindi. So ittila is actually to inform someone. That is the word ittila. Then the word zanana, which actually means feminine. Again, I have some inside informers who let me in on this word. It occurs in the song Matar Gashti. वो गीला हुआ तो सुखाना ना ये जनाना ना मर्दाना. So he's saying that the world is neither masculine nor feminine, and if your clothes get wet, you have to dry them out, and that's the way life is. So it's a song about life of a person and how it has its ups and downs. So Zanana comes in that song. The first time I heard it, seems to be a common place for women's quarters. Then we come to the word Shaitan ka Sala. Shaitan ka Sala is there in English. It's very simple. It is Satan's pawn. So I mean that's an insult or something they say in the gaming world. Satan's pawn. There's no equivalent in Hindi. There is no Shaitan or anything in Hindi, right? So there's no concept of a shaitan. So you can say something like bhoot or bhoot pret, dead bodies or ghosts. But there is nobody who is like shaitan kasala. So in English it is Satan's spawn. So there's nothing in Hindi I could come up with. Then we come to the word shahi. Shahi in English it means regal, or in Hindi it will be rajasya, or like Raja or a regal, which in Urdu is Shahi. Then we come to the word Kirdar. Kirdar is a role you get, Kirdar, or in Hindi they call it Patra. So Kirdar is actually a role. Then we come to the word Adakar. A word Adakar in Urdu, it in English it means actor, and Adakari is actually means acting. So that is used mostly by critics. अच्छा अदाकार है, अच्छी अधिकारी, अच्छी अदाकारी थी. So those things are used in critical things. They don't occur inside. Ada comes often. Ada means to show off or act. Uh, I mean, if you like somebody's acting, I mean, even if you know that it's they're acting, so they say तेरे अदा पे मैं फिदा, right? Because I'm dead because of your act. So that's a commonly used. Ada is used. Uh, Critical context, Adakar is the hero and Adakari is the theater or the art of acting. Then there are two more close words called Be-Izzat and Be-Abru, which mostly stand for taking away someone's respect and typically used in a very rape context. So when you make a person Be-Izzat or Be-Abru, you rape them. The Hindi for rape is Balatkar, to show your power. Again, as you see that it is not considered to be anything very just sexual. There is a more component which involve more than just sex. So be izzat also stands for modesty of a female. So it also stands for modesty, izzat and abru. So to outrage someone's modesty, I mean, yeah, I may sound like a 16th century a British man. So, but that's how it is rape. And Hindi, it's called balatkar, where it is very simple to understand what's going on. So, that's the word. Then we come to the word nishana. Nishana actually means mark or target or aim. And in Hindi, it means laksha. So, that is the meaning of the word nishana. Then we come to the word hookah. Hookah is, if you've been to India, or maybe even other countries, they have this small place to smoke, where the tobacco smoke bubbles down a pipe, which is refilled with hot water, and you inhale the fumes. So that's called hookah. Uh, we are used to that filtered cigarettes, and that in Hindi is called dhumrapan, smoking, dhumrapan, and hookah marna. The same thing. Tobacco, is called hookah marna. And then we come to the word milawat. Again, milawat stands for adulteration in English. When you adulterate something, you do a milawat. You can call something milawati, or something in which some impure or some other stuff has been mixed to indicate it's not 100%. So something milawati is something that's mixed, or something in which a mishran has happened, or an admixture has happened. Now we come to the word sarfarosh. Again, I don't think it's a romantic word. Of a Zakan. I think it just means a patriot, and in Hindi it means Desh Premi. Sarfarosh is a very famous movie. Maybe I would watch it on YouTube, among other movies I have missed, including Mangal Pandey. Yeah, some of these movies I missed, and Tare Zameen Par is another movie I missed. Some of these good movies that I need to take time out to watch. Yeah, I saw Secret Superstar, so that's good. And yes, then there's the word Zarurate. ज़रूरतें is basically मांगे or needs of a person. तो किसी की ज़रूरतें पूरी करना means to fulfill someone's demands. That is a word of meaning ज़रूरतें. Then there's a word called man marzi or man mani, right? Uh, Same thing. Man marzi is do whatever comes to your mind, right? So man is mind, and marzi means somebody's acceptance. So man marzi karna means do whatever you please. You may do as you please. So you can often use it to kind of tell somebody to go and do whatever and don't bother me. जाओ अपनी मनमर्जी करो और जाओ मनमानी करो. I mean, there's a song, कुड़ियों ना सुनियो कर मनमानी मनमानी, in the movie Delhi 6. So yeah, you can tell people, अच्छा अभी तो तू छोटा बच्चा है, मनमानी कर. I mean, you are just a small kid. No need to control yourself, right? You have now, you can do a manmani or manmarzi to give somebody a permission, right? So that you can use it in a positive sense, and you can use it in a negative sense. I mean, you should stop doing a manmani, right? So that's both the positive and negative sense. Then we come to the word zaika. Zaika means the taste, or in Hindi it means the swad. So that is the word zaika. Then the word jungle. I don't know whether it came from English to Hindi, or sorry, English to Urdu, or Urdu to English. Jungle. I mean, there's the word forest in English. So why did they need jungle? So definitely, jungle is definitely a word, I think, that was borrowed by English. I think it stands. I think it's an Urdu word. I'm not sure. Jungle, and in Hindi there's a word called ban. So that means a forest. So they already have a word. So I don't know about jungle, but it looks like jungle and jungli. And there's a famous Bollywood song, "Chahe koi mujhe jungli kahe," also stands for uncivilized, but mostly stands for a forest dweller. So jungle and jungli. And then we come to the word bhag dod or dod. Dod is a race. Bhag dod is the race of life, and or competition. So that in Hindi it's called pratiyogita. Urdu they call it bhag dod. So that's bhag dod. Bari zindagi. मेरी जिंदगी भाग दौड़ से भरी है. Life is competitive, right? Every person has to do something, right? So pratiyogita is a part of life. And then we come to the word Seth, often used as a trader or a vyapari in Hindi. So that is a word Seth. Often they call him Seth Ji to add a notion of respect. So Seth and Seth Ji. Then we come to the word in Urdu called Hawai Zada. So Hawai Zada is a pilot, or a person who knows about aeroplanes. Of course, there is no equivalent in Hindi, but you could invent a word if you want. Viman is Hindi, and Chalak is person who runs it. So you can call a pilot Viman Chalak. And of course, they would write that down. But Hawai Zada means a person related to aeroplanes. And of course, I forgot about Shehzada. Shehzada is coming from Shah and Zada, a person of royal descent. That is a Shehzada. And we have a person in India uh, who is officially recognized by everybody has a Shehzada. I'm not going to name him. So Hawai Zada is a person, Viman Chalak, Vimanik, and Shehzada is a prince. And then we talk about the two more words, Salakhe and Zanjeer. So that's about imprisonment again. सलाखों के अंदर या जंजीर में, that means a person who is in jail, or they put a hatkadi. This is the hatkadi, right? So they take the monocle. I'm not sure about the manacles, I guess. So I'm not sure about the English word. So monocle is a glass. So they take the manacles or shackles, put the shackles on somebody. Yes, that's salak or zanjeer, right? So that's salak or zanjeer. Then we come to the word afimi. So this was in a recent song. Afimi, Afimi, hai tera mera pyar. So Afimi is basically a good word, right? So thanks for that word. The gift that keeps giving. Afimi is actually mean trippy, right? So they're telling that their love is very trippy. So that's the Afimi. Afim stands for charas, and yeah, those charas was commonly used as a pain relief in those days. So people who do that charas for pain relief, even in the medicine they allow it for something, some eye pressure. That you can get some medical stuff, right? So those people were called charsi, right? And of course there were the opium dens and all that. So we are not going to go into all that. So afimi actually means trippy, or dunya se bahar, or something that is nasha, or yeah, but the word nasha is often used. Nasha means also a trip, something that takes you on a trip, more of a hallucinogenic trip, or or some other kind of, or trip. You are on a trip, some trip, very common in the psychobabble of today. Even there is a word called ego trip. People, or people going on an ego trip, a vanity trip. So people on a trip. So that's again coming back to the Urdu word of suffer. So I'm tying everything together, right? Suffer, hum suffer, trip. So something on a trip. So you are on a trip. A pilgrimage is a trip, right? So that also is a trip. There's a road trip. There's a Euro trip. So Afimi is trippy in a very mental kind of way. So that's the song Afimi. So these are some words that we covered today uh, in essential Bollywood vocabulary. See you in the next episode. This is Ram Kumar signing off.